Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you this bake sale that I had. This is back in August, but I was so backed up on videos that I haven't had the chance to actually show. I try to record the whole process, but obviously there's only so much that I can do. But here I am preparing my brownie base, and I'm so sorry this video was saved in Spanish, and unfortunately when I went back to edit, the screen had turned black, so the lettering on top titles are going to be in Spanish. But if you have not watched the video already, I did do a more in-depth video of how I made not every dessert shown on here, but these brownies are on there. It's a video where I did 3 in 1, so if you haven't checked that out, I do suggest you to go check it out. But I am using one recipe of my recipe, obviously, of brownies, and then to that I added some peanut butter chocolate chips, and then regular peanut butter, and then some Reese's peanut butter cups. For this sale, I did also incorporate some of my gluten-free, vegan, and refined sugar-free desserts. This is things that I learned to prepare during my weight loss journey. I was more open to trying new recipes and came to realization that vegan and just in general refined sugar-free desserts do not have to be, tasteless, or so I do want to incorporate those more into my business. But the only way to really do that is incorporating it in your sales that you already do. I wouldn't risk it myself and make a wholesale on just refined sugar-free desserts or gluten-free. Not everyone is in that lifestyle, and obviously people follow me for my chunky cookies and brownies mainly, so that there's a lot that I could lose basically. But doing it in this form where people are already ordering brownies and cookies from me, they're like, okay, well, let's grab a pack of these and just give them a try. It's a way that people are more likely to shop from you and try your new goodies. And this goes for anything. I'm just demonstrating here in this occasion what I did with my gluten-free desserts, that my cookies did sell out. I did have about 2 slices left of the peanut butter ones. It was a shortbread based cookie with a peanut butter filling, and then some strawberry jam with a crumble topping on top, which was absolutely delicious. And of course I didn't mind having some extra, as much as I love my other desserts, it's not something that I have on a daily basis. After losing 135 pounds, there's just things that I've learned. Yeah, they're both probably high calorie, but there's things that my stomach will digest better, and best believe your stomach's gonna digest that one way better than it is a chunky cookie. Sorry, I'm a little behind, but I went ahead and also prepared my apple pie, my crumble apple pie. I'm now more known for all my pies having crumble. People are loving it, and I'm here for it. I love my pies as well. I will be doing a more in-depth tutorial. There's a few things that I've learned along the way of preparing my pies. I have done strawberry, I have done blueberry, I have done apple, pumpkin. There are so many variations by now. I also right now I am preparing my cheesecake. So for my cheesecake, all I did was add Fruity Pebbles. I did one recipe of my vanilla base, which I just realized is not up on my website. How is that possible? I have my chocolate one but not my vanilla, so I'll be working. I actually have a flight in a few hours, and I'm doing this over voice just because my video got a strike here for copyright reasons. So now I'm doing an audio. I kind of wanted to just have music in the back, but it's okay. Then here I am preparing my cheesecake. So what I do in the morning, I always prepare my brownies, pies, and cheesecakes in the very morning. That way by at night, my cheesecake is now completely cool, and I can add all the toppings or whatever I need to do to it. My pies, I know they can be at room temperature, and then my brownies, I mean, those can be room temperature for up to 2 weeks, so I'm not worried. So I try and do everything that lasts, that I know has a longer shelf life, in the very morning. That way everything's as fresh as possible. And these bars were one of those as well. I go ahead and cut that up. I'll leave all like things that you see, like my, you know, cake pan or whatever, cutters, all that. I'll leave it down in the description box if you're interested. Something like this is little things that I use every sale, that are so worth your buck, just so you're not stressing if, you know, if it's the perfect even, you know, cut or anything. I really like having these. But for the cheesecake one, I forgot to mention, I added fruity pebbles, and I was actually very surprised as my cereal was not stale, and I tried it the next day and it was not stale. Like, how is this possible? Because my cinnamon toast crunch did turn a little bit stale. But I do suggest adding more when you serve it or about to give it to the client on top, if you wish. I was gonna add a little bit of like a fruity extract or something like that, but believe me, it was not needed. It turned out perfect with the amount of cereal that I did add. And so towards that night, what I like to bake at the very end is my cupcakes and my cookies. My cookies, I make the dough on Mondays, and then I typically do a reel showing what flavors I would have Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays by midday I upload the brownies that I baked that day to promote the next day sale, because my sales are Thursdays and Fridays. Hopefully that made sense. But all I have to do really is just grab the dough from the freezer and pop it into the oven. So meanwhile my cookies are baking, I have already baked all my cupcakes, and that way I'm letting them cool, so that way I'm not tempted to add buttercream and then hopefully it melting off. That's just what works for me. I think I need to do more of a vlog style and of a whole day of how it is, you know, because right now I'm showing you kind of like the whole process, like the cheesecake all together, when really that was not made like all together. It's little pauses that I did. So I want to show you like step by step, I guess, how my day is. But then I also think it's really nice to even show you, let's say, from even Sunday, because honestly, you working starts from the moment you're shopping for those ingredients. And ever since I let that sink in, I'm not afraid to charge my worth, because it's literally you're taking time out of your day to go shop for those ingredients, put them away. Even like the aftermath of like cleaning, you wouldn't have your kitchen dirty if, you know, you didn't do this sale. So it's little things to keep in mind when, you know, valuing your work. But this flavor combination, the videos are already up on my channel. That's why I'm not going too in depth of, you know, the cupcakes. But the flavors that I did was some cake batter flavor, birthday cake, and then I ended up doing pistachio. There was a whole variety. This week I baked extra and I ended up selling out. I was so surprised, because I think it was like my second sale ever since I came back from my big break. So I was very surprised. And I also did some cinnamon toast crunch, and then I baked a whole cake afterwards, which was using a brown butter, brown sugar cake base, using my vanilla cake recipe. And then I just filled it with some chocolate buttercream, some mini chocolate chips, and then some white or just regular vanilla buttercream. I call this cake cookies and milk because that's what it reminded me of. Adding that brown sugar to the base really gave it that cookie filling. So it's not only because of the looks, that's literally what it tasted like cookie dough, but in a bread form. I'm not going to tell you, oh my god, it tastes like cookie dough, because the texture is obviously not the same, but the flavor is. And then for decoration, this is what I ended up doing. So for this one, I did have a little bit leftovers. I believe I had one slice left over of this one. But if you guys watched the separate video on this, you know that this cake was absolutely outrageously taller than what my normal cakes are. So what I ended up doing was freezing that cake slice, and I ended up using it for my next sale, and I ended up doing some cinnamon toast crunch cake pops. If you would like a video on that, if you ever have any leftovers or things like that, there's some things that you can save and use in your next sale. and still maintain that freshness. How you store it is how it depends whether or not is it still gonna taste the same. You guys know I don't like making things in advance. I like giving it to the client as fresh as possible, but there are things that I know that are good, and this is one of them. Obviously I wouldn't give a frozen cake size. That's just not the quality that I want people to offer, or not the, you know, that's not what I'm going for. But something in cake pops, there's no way really you can notice since it's mushed already. But like I said, how you store it really depends if it will maintain its quality and freshness as well. So right here, I just went ahead and started packaging all my orders. I did this in the morning. I remember this night I didn't sleep at all. But mainly because I wanted to take a video of like everything together, which I have been doing so these whole weeks, but I've been packaging as I go, because honestly doing this just takes so much time out of my day. Like I could have packaged that at 4 in the morning, but I didn't, just so I can wait for the sunlight to come out and take this video. So appreciate this little shot that I'm showing you guys. But more than anything, I was very blessed this week for all the orders that I got. Like I said, I was just mind blown. I did so many chunky cookie flavors as well, pies, you know, gluten-free options, cupcakes. A lot of those videos are already up in my channel if you're interested, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.